All right, quick question on what I got going on. This is for those groups, those guys, and any other F100 groups I'm in, or the 390 groups that I'm in, FE performance groups, anybody that help, I'm great. It's a 1959 F250 that this tweaker I bought this off of, put in a 390 big block. But it's very rough how he put it in here. I don't trust it to be centered or squared or any of that stuff. So long story short is, how do I put in these motor mounts without knowing any kind of beginning center point, or I know that it needs to be measured somewhere. So what we got going on here is some homemade motor mounts that are not very well put in either. Like I said, I can stick my finger underneath here. Okay, so that's not tight to the frame at all. And on this side, it was bad enough when he put in, I guess, whatever these headers are, that he just cut whatever he didn't need out of that motor mount. Okay, so to solve this problem, on Jegs they sold a cross member that is for a 59 or fridge style to a 390. Okay, and it's right over here. When I measure it, it's from end to end, it's 32 inches. So I think it's a little bit shy on that. Here, I'll double check it while we're right here. But it says it's supposed to be specifically for this application, for this thing. Yeah, it looks like 32 from end to end right there. Okay. It's a T18 4-speed and needs something better than that for the interstate. So as you can see back in here too, everything is just kind of cut out whatever you needed to. Okay. So when I put that bar in, where are the measurements that I need to take? What am I looking for in clearances around not hitting the cab, I guess, but also being in position for the engine and transmission to line up with the rear end? Okay. Most of the time they're taking measurements going this way. I don't trust that these are good at all. I'm sure that he just cobbled whatever together to get it to work. So my question being is, how do I go about this? I know that they need to be even from side to side. I put that cross member in there. It looks like it should fit. Where do you start in doing this? I don't know where a reference point for either up or down or side to side would be. I get that side to side on the transmission side and on the front of the engine need to be square going across. I'm a carpenter by trade, so I get how, measurements and shit work. But I don't know up and down if that's proper. Are you just trying to make sure that your intake is level and you don't hit the cab and you have space for your shifter? Is that what you're really trying to work on? The other part of all this is I already have a Crown Vic. I'm going to do a Crown Vic swap. Where am I going to put a cross member like that goes down and around if that Crown Vic front end is going to be in there too? Is this a problem I'm going to run into that I'm just now realizing, and I'll need to come up with some other kind of motor mounts? In trying to find motor mounts for this is what I came up with. A cross member that was for an engine swap should work. So, pleading to the internet, please help me, guys. I don't know where to start with this. I'm going to pull up the engine and try to get all this crap out of here, and then put in that cross member, set it back in, and see where it sits. But I don't know if that's going to be right up and down. It'll hopefully be centered back and forth. I've seen other people just put a level on the top of your intake and you're trying to make sure that stays level, and so that's where you adjust things. I don't know. I'm a little beyond myself right here right now, but I want to be able to drive this a little more safer. And as much as I keep pushing it, I don't want to keep driving on these motor mounts. I want this to be a nice little cruiser action show quality car eventually. So anyway, any help, please help. Thanks.